Have you seen Obsession yet?
No, but I heard it's like the number one horror film, and like it has broken all the records or something like that.
Yes. Well, I just saw it today before this review, and I saw Supergirl, which we're about to review, because I wanted to get the new Supergirl popcorn bucket featuring Lobo
That's the
because it's already.
smallest amount of popcorn you can imagine to store.
Oh yeah, I don't know why it's called a popcorn girl, but this Lobo figure is amazing.
All right.
It's expensive more at AMC than it is at like Cinemark or Regal, but I don't mind since points go to my account, excuse me, that I can use it for future ticket purchases for Kimberly, so I don't mind at all. But anyway, Soul Obsession, holy crap, I'm obsessed with it because how well it was done.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, the guy who directed it, he pretty much was doing nothing but like YouTube shorts and videos and like
And he's a
Instagram shorts.
comedian.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians, they can tell a good story, be it dramatic, horror, what have you. But anyway, I don't want to go too much into that movie since we're going to focus on Supergirl. By the time this review comes out, Supergirl, the 2026 version, is going to be out in theaters. And I'm already hearing bad things about it.
Are we reviewing 1984 Supergirl or 2026 Supergirl?
1984.
Because you kept going back, you kept talking about the new one. So
Well, I'm just saying, Supergirl 2026 is going to be out in theaters by the time we released a review. And I heard that Lobo is the real star of the movie, which I would not be surprised because Jason Momoa has great screen presence. And he wanted to be Lobo when Zack Snyder was on board for the DCEU.
well, yeah, I mean that's like one of those things. Like, you can see it at like how like when they first picked Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, a lot of
Right.
people were like, "Yeah, that makes sense." That he like lived
Right.
a life parallel to that, arguably.
For me, he stole the show in Justice League. I loved him as Aquaman.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't your traditional looking Aquaman, but the way he brought it, like the surfer aspect to it,
Mhm.
But what's funny though, he's Lobo, pretty much the same makeup as the Crow, somewhat similar. And he was one time tied to the movie for a reboot.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that like every time they try to reboot it, it went through like production hell, and
It's like
it was
it's
believed to be
cursed.
cursed. Yeah,
But anyway, in preparation for 2026 Supergirl, we looked at 1984 Supergirl, a year before you were born, right?
I was born in '84.
What I thought 85. Anyway,
Mhm.
84. I haven't seen this movie for a long ass time, and I saw it again, and I'm like, this is why I have not seen it in a long time. Holy crap, this is crap. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm a Don.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert.
So okay, let me talk
Wait, wait,
about.
wait. This movie is 34 minutes too long. Hell, I'll say 45 minutes too long.
Yeah, they could have shaved off a lot. I don't know the backstory of this movie. I feel like there was a lot of things that went wrong in the process.
Well, let's talk about that because I don't think there's any good spots, any good moments in this movie. I think it's all bad, bad, bad.
Mhm.
Now, granted, like she was the first Supergirl live action, and since then there's been like
4, I think.
DC,
Smallville. There was the
Smallville,
Flashverse or Arrowverse.
the Arrowverse, correct,
The Supergirl from Flashpoint,
correct. That's three right there,
and then now the new Supergirl
right. So there's been five,
that I can remember.
right. I don't know the other ones like in the sense of the Dean Cain show with Terry Hatcher.
Did they have Supergirl in there?
I never watched the show, so I don't know.
Okay.
Is this like influence because they skipped everything about the origin except that she's related to Superman. She's the cousin.
One more thing.
What?
Jimmy Olsen is the same actor from the Superman movie. He's
What?
the only one to reprise his role.
Right. For some reason, like they didn't have Christopher Reeve show up, so they used a picture.
I think it was a contracting thing, and on top of which, her roommate is Lois Lane's sister. So
Correct.
they reference Clark.
Well, yeah, they do that. They do everything they do like kind of everything like behind the scenes, if you will.
Mhm.
But did a part of Krypton land in a lake?
Oh, we're gonna talk about
We're
that.
all over the place.
But actually, Christopher Reeves did bow out of the filming when it began. He was slated to make a cameo as Superman, but was unavailable. The film still featured a picture. So That's actually in the trivia. Like I pulled it up from IMDb.
Right, got you.
Mhm.
Real quick before we continue, what was the original budget for this?
Too much. The
Yeah, I
the
bet.
the films, the opening credits alone were $1 million to shoot. They spent
Wow.
an estimated. This is fascinating because this is a recipe of disaster. They spent an estimated 35 million, and they grossed worldwide 14.3.
How much was the budget?
35.
Oof.
That
Oof.
is a catastrophic flop.
Right. I don't think that includes his advertising as well. I mean, this was like a Temu version of Superman.
Oh,
Because
100%.
like you said, you have the credits, right? The credits try to emulate how it was in the original Superman movie, but like cheap version.
Yeah.
Because you have the names like floating in on some kind of plastic and then floating out. It just went right into the credits. They didn't do like they did Superman, how they did a prologue and then the credits came in.
No, I got that. Yeah.
You know, I was like, what? But again, yeah, and I guess most of the budget went to Peter O'Toole.
He was the
so.
only,
you have what's her guy's name? Woody Allen's ex. She was Kara's mother.
Oh,
Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow. Yeah.
Right, and then you have the guy from Die Hard. He looks like he has special need. I'm sorry.
Simon Ward, Zor-El.
No. I'm sorry. I'm just jumping. The love interest.
Oh,
the guy
Hart
from
Bachner. He played Ethan.
He looks special. I have a friend that looks similar to him, and he was like, "Dude, like, how do you
I
function
hope
in
your
life?"
friend
It was
doesn't
like,
watch.
oh, if he does,
Do you tell him he
well,
looks special?
well, I'm not saying his name. I'm not going to say his name, so how you won't know?
He'll look in the mirror.
He looks better with the beard. Let's just say that he looks better in the beard from Die Hard.
Okay, Nigel though.
Marriage is a special. I don't know the thing, but Princess Bride. He was the priest, whatever, marrying priest.
Yes, but at this age, he looked like the guy from Mad TV, Michael McDonald. Look at me. Look what I can do. Did he not look like that?
Yes, but also Max Headroom.
Like a cross between the two.
No. I'm talking about the actor. Max Headroom was in it. So when Kara, Supergirl, first comes in, she's flying around.
You're right. You're right.
Two guys,
and I like that actor too.
But he looked very.
Well, he looked like he was trying to take the role too serious, and he was trying to be menacing and whatnot.
And he was creepy, and the way he was chewing that gum, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is this like I'm saying like her planet or city?
It's a city.
It was a city. It's a city. Was the way they showed it? It was like somehow like there's some like lights focusing like on some kind of construction site. You have like these focus lights on
that were rotating.
Was it rotating? I can't tell. It was rotating, but it looked like spotlights.
Yeah, no, they were like spotlights or like construction site lights, the flat ones.
Yeah,
that just are like going around in various circles.
I thought it was like Candor, and it says like a small city in a bottle.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's her city,
but it's not Condor or Candor. It was Andor or something like that. It was like with an A.
I'm forgetting right now. No one cared about the city. She didn't care about her city.
Well, the thing is in the lake.
No, it's not. They're in inner space, and then the lake is in outer space, and that was what was explained at the beginning. When because that's why the ship,
inner space.
The ship is supposed to go from inner space into outer space to allow the transition.
So is this in the same reality or world of the Martin Short movie?
Arguably, it's probably closer to Ant-Man and the Wasp 3.
Quantumania?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying now, but it
makes more sense than what you were coming out with, and I understand what you were coming out with because that was what was said.
Because she goes right back into the lake.
Yes. The movie has thousands of plot holes. The concept of the movie was good. The concept, the execution, and the path to the execution was wrought with all sorts of potholes and disaster. She needs to save her city. She transfers to Earth to find the artifact that to save her city. It happens to be the same planet as Superman. She encounters an enemy that can master magic. One of the few things that can hurt a Kryptonian in life.
Magic,
which Superman hasn't gone against yet at that point.
Right, but she didn't really it wasn't really challenging. No. The magic.
I'm just breaking this down.
No, I get it.
That idea sounds golden. And then now let's make her a debutante girl. And now let's make sure that she's a super ditz.
She is and she's not.
She has a split personality. Like out of nowhere, she's like, "How dare you?" And then she's no. Oh my God.
Well, that's how.
Is she bipolar?
No. Go watch Obsession. But here, but they're trying to get how Christopher Reeve did it because he played, even though it's basically the same character, but you have Clark Kent, the reporter, you have Smallville Clark Kent, then you have Superman,
Yeah.
and also you have Kal-El. So there's three, like, or four, excuse me, personas that Christopher Reeve did so well in presenting
Correct.
that
Yeah.
character. The duality or forality or whatever you want to call it, and the complexity of that character. They try to do it here. But the thing is, she knows nothing and everything at the same time.
Absolutely. Can we
So real
start from the
quick,
beginning just to break this
what
down? Because
in what sense?
in the sense of how does everybody know about Earth and Clark?
Exactly. That's one thing right there. Everyone knows about Clark. Like how? Okay, so let's go even back further. In the comics.
That's the beginning.
No. That's the beginning of the movie, but not of the character.
Yeah.
So in the comic books, Kara was sent to Earth to watch over Clark because
Mhm.
she was like an older sibling.
Correct. And then in some versions she got wrapped
She
up
got
by like a black hole or they got
yeah,
swept up
just
somewhere.
the ship. What happened? It was a malfunction with the ship or something
Yeah.
that caused her to, even though she did not age or age as much as he did, she arrives after he does, like several years later.
Yes.
And then for some reason, they know that he's Superman. They know that he's Clark. How? I don't know. That's why I thought that it was like a bottle, like Kandor in the City of the Bottle, where he will come visit and talk to them, whatever, even though they'll be in different sizes, whatever, what have you, but they knew about him.
Yeah.
And they know what he looks like, or she does. She knows what he looks like. Well, maybe because of the outfit that here he's wearing on the poster, that she knows it's him. But anyway, she asks who Peter O'Toole, Zoltar, which is a weird name, Zoltar. Is that the same name for the machine?
No, I think they were trying to. I don't know if that's a real character from the comics. It
No, but I'm talking
sounded
about
very much like two things. It sounded like Zatanna's father.
right. But what I'm saying is Zoltar in the sense of the movie Big with Tom Hanks. That little machine, the
That was the
fortune
next thing
teller.
I
Oh,
was going to say. It might have been Zoltar, the fortune teller. I couldn't remember the name.
but the thing is, like, he's showing her something, and it's like, oh, it's a tree. What's a tree? There's something on Earth, blah, blah, blah. But then, right, we just say fast forward, right?
Yeah.
So she goes to that school. She knows what a typewriter is. She knows how to type. She knows where to paper, she knows all this stuff of how to make a letter recommendation, but she doesn't know what a tree is.
Yeah.
And then she meets Zoltar again in the Phantom Zone, and she doesn't know what this is or what that is. And then he tells, like, but wait a minute. She knows how to fly already. She comes out like that, flying out of the water.
Homie,
even that was horrible.
She had a whole costume change out of nowhere.
Right, exactly. I saw that too. I was like, wait a minute, when did she? What the heck? And she has these special powers to Martian Manhunter, where she could just change clothes like that.
Yeah.
In a sense, like she's walking, like she was looking at the girls, students, and all that stuff, and then she just be able to change her clothes, like
Clothes, hair, all that.
Yeah. Is there a special power we don't know about? And her flying, it was so bad. Like her cape is attached to her while she's upside down, while she's gently flipping.
I mean, I get that. They don't want the skirt flipping up. But I mean,
Well, it's not I'm talking about the cape.
yeah, but also the skirt was also like pinned down.
That I can understand, but
Yeah.
the cape, when you're hanging upside down, that cape should be
Yeah.
hanging, drooping down too.
That might have been a result from the special effect of trying to make her look like she's flipping. I don't know.
But no, it was outdoor in a sense. It wasn't like this green screen or what have you. It was the outdoor. But anyway, I'm now remembering what was good about the movie. And there's two actors.
Besides Peter O'Toole, I think Peter O'Toole was great.
No, I don't think he was.
Really?
Oh, no.
I loved him.
Oh my God, he was overacting. Listen, darling.
When does he not overact?
I understand, but it was just like I felt it was unnecessary because he was supposed to be like Jor-El in a sense, very smart, the smartest person in the city in that city.
I just thought
Right?
he was like the smartest hippie.
Definitely definitely a hippie. He was a standout. He was the Yoda, it's like that. And there was a Star Wars moment. What was this? Oh my God, I saw Star Wars
Less
here.
Yoda, more. What was the character that would have been like?
No, but there was a scene that reminded me of Star Wars, and I'm skipping my
Your train of thoughts?
But
oh,
I caught it, and I was
you're
like, damn,
talking about the lamppost with the monster, where she flies up in the storm.
that was stupid. But no,
It's
not Star
absolutely
Wars.
stupid.
But the two characters I liked, but mainly really one, Bianca, played by Brenda Vaccaro.
Bianca was hilarious.
Yes, she was we call it
Comic relief.
Thank you. I'm trying to remember.
Also the logical one at times.
Oh, definitely. She was the oldest version of this, but
1000%.
smarter.
Mhm.
There's no Tessmacher unless you put Homeboy in there, who they're trying to
Nigel.
capture. Right. You put him there because he was kind of dense at times. He was dense, but why was she going after him? Why was
No,
Selena?
you're talking about why she was going after Ethan. Nigel was the one that
No,
was
not
going after
Nigel.
Selena.
Right. I'm talking about Ethan. Sorry. Ethan was well, maybe Nigel too. But why was she going after a pretty boy or dumb boy?
She just wanted things that she couldn't have before.
That was the
They,
simple.
it
That
was
was it.
it was even like brought up like, why are you going after this guy? He's like, no, because I can and I want him.
That was it.
Yeah, it was just a purely physical thing.
I thought.
As soon
I,
as soon as it became more difficult to have him, the more she wanted him.
okay, so that's I was missing the part because a couple of times I was rewinding because I was like, this is going
No,
like so.
it just wasn't
Because I
like
know
forefront. There's no real connection. She's a pretty boy that she wanted to test a spell. The spell went awry because he left before she could make sure it worked, and then something interfered, which was Supergirl, and then
and
it
Nigel.
became and Nigel, and that became more of an obsession of hers, like because now she's like, I can't get this, I want this, and something's interfering.
For some reason I thought he was a catalyst for something else, something bigger. Because she
No,
wanted.
nothing.
Because when we meet her, she's talking about like almost like world domination.
No,
You
she's
know,
always wanted world domination. It's just like she wants everything that she couldn't get on her own.
was the Joker supposed to be in this?
Who?
The Joker?
Like the actor?
No, like the character.
Who was the character Joker?
Oh my God! What I'm saying was the Joker supposed to be in this?
I'm gonna say no because I don't know what you're talking about.
She lives in a fun house.
Oh.
Selena and Bianca live in a fun house.
Okay, so I was
the
gonna call.
Joker-
I
where
was
the-
okay. So no. I was thinking about the individual. I understand what you mean now because I did think that when I'm like, oh, she's still the Joker's hideout.
Exactly, and it made no sense for a person who wants world domination, who wants everything. She's living in one of the crappiest dwellings you can. That, for one, is tacky. You saw her kitchen, you saw her layer, and it's just like, for someone who wants everything like that, she is starting from the bottom, and the way she carries herself is like she's living in something that's so beneath her that it made no sense that she will live in something like that.
Well, no, they kind of call that out because like she's hooking up with Nigel to gain magic skills and powers.
Mhm.
She's living a life. She lives above her pay grade, is what it is.
The funhouse was living above her pay grade.
Yeah, because she envisions better things out of it. Like she had the party of the coven
Yeah.
in
Okay.
essentially a studio room. Her bedroom's like right there. Her bed's like right there, and everybody's just right there dancing.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like
where the cart will come in that people will load in and out is basically her living space, and
It's
that's where they
crap.
had the party at the same time.
Right.
So
And the guy who came out in that ride, whatever,
yes,
I thought was the same guy from the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
could have been. I don't know.
but it wasn't. Okay, but for me, that makes no sense. I'm sorry, especially in a rundown city. Again, this woman who wants everything, and she's like living in Minnesota.
She's a character that wants everything. She believes she's entitled to everything. She doesn't have the power to attain it. And that's why she was hooking up with Nigel to learn these things. And as soon as the power drops into her hands, it's like giving a nuclear device to a special needs child. Like they're just gonna drop and do what? Nah, that's a poor reference. But you know,
I get it. I
yeah,
get it. But talk about that device. Excuse me. What a simple prop. Let's make
I
a
could
small
swear they
globe.
had like a ring.
No
probably.
shit, she did, and you can see it. That little handle for it can spin when at the end where Kara, Supergirl, she has it. You can see a little handle going in her sleeve.
Oh, okay.
But you see that they angle it.
Basically, the main actress didn't do a good job hiding it, but okay.
Well, at the end, yeah. But when she finally gets it, when Special Boy gives it back to her, she cuddles her head like it's like a pet. Like, oh, look at this. Like there was overacting and then not enough acting. Overacting on some things, but Faye Dunaway playing Selena, and then you have Bianca playing. They, for me, stole the show in the sense of their chemistry, their dynamic.
I agree with that.
Together was really good.
Even with a little bit of Nigel, I just happen to like the three of them.
Yeah,
you need better skin. He's like, nothing's wrong with my skin. And he turns around, you bitch.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I think that's the first, maybe that's the first curse word out of that universe. I don't know. Probably not. Superman came out in 1978. This came out several years later, 1984. So maybe. Oh, Lana Lane, right? Was that Lana?
No, it's Lucy Lane.
Okay, so that fiasco that happened when Special Boy is walking out he's wobbly, and he's still like drugged up by the potion.
Yeah,
and that circle, that roundabout. Did you notice that how everyone's moving fast? Like they sped up the camera to
yeah,
show kind
I
of
noticed that.
frantic, right? But anyway, Lang goes into that tractor, what have you.
Mhm.
She's trying to stop it, making it worse. And
100%.
then she gently taps her head as
Hol
she passes out.
Holding on to the thing.
She gently taps her head and goes, ah.
Yeah. It's hilarious in the bad things that happen in the movie. So, like, the her passing herself out after making things 10 times worse because the thing wasn't hitting nothing.
Right. No,
Eh,
yeah, she
how, like, Ethan
right.
is walked an entire town without seeing a single person
Mhm.
when, like, the first person he sees is the first person he falls in love with.
Which is, I mean, which is weird because he walked by so many people,
Absolutely. Thousands, like,
guys,
hundreds.
guys,
It's a small
girls,
town.
animals, kids. Like
Yeah.
he didn't see any. He didn't lock eyes on anyone except for her.
Now, I understand it's a small town, but there was a lot of people in that street.
Exactly. And when did it become Snow White?
Huh?
Mirror, mirror on the
Uh,
wall.
oh, no, that was
Like
just like she just got angry, like, "Where is he?" And
no,
then
I
and
no.
mirror.
No, I get it. I get it. And she didn't understand her powers. For some reason, she was getting more powerful, probably
Be
because of that orb.
well, because she put the orb in her idol, the little
Right,
box, and the idol was connected to whatever
right. What was it
patron
called?
that she had.
The armor god, Armageddon, armor. What was the circular thing called again? The armor
Oh, it started with a O, bro. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that. It was like Odecahedron.
fear, something like that. It was funny that yeah, her box, her cauldron will get bigger and change shape.
It grew
But the
breasts.
right. No, I'm just saying. Oh, talk about breasts. Did you see that one? There was a one angle where it was a sculpture and it looked like a phallic shape sticking out at one time. They changed the angle and it's like a drapery thing in the statue. But I can't remember when. I'm
Well,
not
it
going to watch
probably
this
was the
again.
final. It was probably the final scene,
No, no, no.
like
It was
near
like
the
it
end.
was in the middle. The way the camera was shooting a scene and shooting, I think Selena Faye Dunaway's character, the statue, there's like a thing sticking out, and it looked very phallic,
Nope, didn't
right?
catch that
But
one.
then, field hockey. Why is their own teammate try to sabotage and beat up their own players during
Or
the game? I can understand in the shower.
or maybe on the opposing team, but like I don't know.
No, it wasn't the opposing team. It was the same team.
No, I'm saying it would make more sense if it was the opposing
Correct.
team. There's no real explanation other than for whatever ungodly reason these two girls hated the rest of these girls.
Or at a practice session. That can make sense at a practice session, but they're doing it at
Instead, they
a
made the quote unquote ugly girls be the mean girls.
right. So Kara, again, she gets to Earth or yeah, through the water, whatever. Again, she
Hmm.
knows how to do all these stuff. She
Like
knows
King
that
Arthur
about
style, Lady in the Lake.
yes, exactly. Thank you. And she knows how to fly. She knows X-ray vision. She knows heat vision. And she knows how to do heat vision through walls to burn that handle that Homegirl was trying to make the water hot.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you have extra heat vision, there would have been a hole in that shower wall.
I mean, I've seen interpretations. Like I think they did it like in Smallville or like one of the other shows where they kind of do that.
I'm going to say no.
I mean, you
Even
could
though
say no, but I'm saying like
I'm saying,
I'm
well, I'm
gonna be a little
saying
bit
no.
plausible,
I'm
but
going to say no. If you're throwing heat vision through a wall to get to an object, another object, there's not going to be a hole into that wall. I'm sorry. God, there's so much crap here. The Phantom Zone. How does she know about the Phantom Zone? How did Selena? How
yeah,
did
Selena.
Selena? Yeah, I'm thinking, why is that where
Well,
Selena's
so at
Catwoman?
one point she sends her, but she doesn't say where, and then she says, "Oh, she's coming back from the Phantom Zone." Like, oh yeah, okay,
Also, we're jumping. I know that she does not want to be with what's the guy's name?
Nigel,
Special Boy. Special Boy.
Ethan,
Ethan. She doesn't really want to be with Ethan. Yet she does.
yeah,
Ethan has another spell where she finally kisses Selena, and Supergirl's like, "No, don't do it."
they shared a coconut.
How the hell did she break the middle of the coconut? When she broke the outer shell, the coconut inside, the nut itself is perfectly cut as well.
Ethan has a very strong head. It came down very hard, and it just already cracked. I'm going with it. I've seen the size of his head,
Well, he is special, so probably. Oh, and then
and
like
she's
Lana,
Supergirl. She's like
right. And
walnut
then
guy.
Lane was like, "Oh, you see it? You see like you see him outside by the park? His muscles." It's like, "What muscles?"
Yeah,
She has none.
I mean that's probably the best I got in town.
Probably. And then he's wearing that in front of a school where you'll think, that'll be kind of dangerous,
I really didn't
shirtless.
clock that. What I clocked was like he's falling in love with a girl that's at a girl deputy at school, and I'm pretty confident they're all like high school girls.
Correct. Right. It's not college. He's a full adult. He's a
Mhm.
full adult, and there's like a
Yeah,
boarding school
he
for
was
high school
definitely a
girls.
full adult,
Oh
and
yeah, underage. Definitely that. Because
yeah.
we don't know her, they don't really tell her age. Him and
Granted,
God
it's not
Gordon
his
Guru.
fault. He's under the influence, but still, it's
True.
questionable. Um,
Afterwards, though, it's afterwards when the spell wears off. They still wants to be with her. Do you have a favorite character? Because I don't know. Those to me, there's no favorite moments
I think
except for the credits.
the three villains are the best characters in regards to it. I just like Peter O'Toole's overacting because every time I see it, it reminds me of Don Quixote. That's why I like it. It
Hmm.
like his story for his character is very messy. It's like Card basically dooms the city by losing the artifact that
She
he
dooms
had.
it right,
She
right,
dooms
right.
the city. They were like, we only have days. Damn it.
A few moments later.
They only have days to live. They don't specify how long. Kara pretty much carjacks the only ship that they have.
Correct. That was meant for him.
Exactly. There's no real way for her to track the thing.
The little bracelet.
It was never meant for that. It was made before she lost the thing as just an ornament to be looking pretty.
Oh, was that? Okay. Oh,
Remember, he made it before she made the dragonfly.
so it was not connected to the orb.
He only used that orb as a power source to make all the decorations he did, but it wasn't like a device to track the orb.
Oh,
It just started glowing, and like the special effects looked like they were going through a lava lamp.
on the portal. Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what's
weirdly
funny with
enough
the
reminded me of Barbarella.
you know what? I have not seen that, and I think you're right.
I feel like there's a Barbarella scene, or maybe Flash Gordon. There's like one of those two movies has a
Yeah,
scene where they look like lava lamps.
maybe Doctor Who.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna say no for Doctor Who, but like because
Okay,
Doctor Who is more
the
of a
early one.
blue like background kind of situation, if I
Right.
remember.
But the thing was, what would have been cool for that bracelet if they did that was, see, I may want to watch it again because that first part, the whole thing was so
Yeah,
fast, and then losing it was just like, but she had the mindset of a child,
and then
and
a
then she
mindset
like,
of an adult.
right, Jekyll and Hyde. But the thing would have been cool, like,
They did say
if it's
one thing though. This was weird that she's like, before I couldn't do 6-dimensional math, but now I can. Like the transition of her getting her powers made her super smart.
but then again, not.
Homie, I'm just saying what I caught.
No, I get it. I mean, unless the I guess the Phantom Zone negated the powers, so she
Nope.
became
Well, she became dumb again.
and powerless. She couldn't
Well,
fly,
she became powerless. Yeah, and like
and so would that does that mean also the intellect?
in certain comics, it was argued that the reason that Superman is as smart as he is because he also gets juiced from the sun and it enhances his intellect.
Was
It's
it
not like he had Kryptonian knowledge given to him, like
right?
from birth. He got that knowledge years later as an adult.
Right. But because I'm thinking because she was not intelligent at the Phantom Zone, and so was Peter O'Toole's character Zoltar.
Mhm.
He was kind of like what was it? Sip, 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 sip.
Yeah.
Which was like what?
Well, I
Sip,
mean,
sip, sip,
I
sip.
took that as like him becoming an alcoholic. It was like drink some alcohol. We got
Right.
nothing better to do.
Just like alcohol, when you first taste it, it tastes nasty, but then you get used to it. You can enjoy it.
They had some good things where they reference like the Phantom Zone, the criminals, the lowlifes are just across the mountain. They like those kind of things. They tied a lot of things from the lore, but then they just augmented too many things to try to make it, I don't know, cool, hip.
It would have been kind of cool if you saw one of the trio in the Phantom Zone.
Well, again, that's
you know,
like getting big names and whatnot. But
well,
like,
I'm saying out of the three trio, who's the least one? The mute guy, not
Yeah,
Zod,
maybe.
not or is that Ursa? Ursa was
did that
the
movie come
female.
out before this one?
Yeah, Superman came out in 1978. Superman, I think, came out in 1980 or 81.
Superman 2 did come out in 1980. You're right.
It would have kind of cool if they showed up or one of them showed up.
Even Superman
This
3
side.
came out in 1983.
I really don't wanna talk
Individual
about this anymore.
scenes. No. We're gonna wrap this up. Individual scenes, just there were some funny ones, but for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of things that didn't make sense.
Oh, many reasons.
Like when she kicked the guy in the groin, that should have killed him.
Hells yeah.
What would have been a cool scene, her fighting the monster with the light post that was invisible, was taken
Was
away
that
by grabbing the light post and going up and using it and throwing lightning back at it. Doing the
But was
fight
that
scene beforehand was cool.
Was that the same beast that Selena saw in the reflection?
That's a fantastic question. I'm going with the answer as yes, for two reasons. One, when you finally see it get hit with the lightning, it looked very similar as far as outline, although it's very brief. And the other reason is because there's no real interaction from her idol ever like alerting her or wanting her to do anything until Supergirl's breaking out of Phantom Zone. And I took it as the Beast was pissed that it got beat the first time. It was like, nah, I don't want this girl getting out, or I want round two. That kind of situation.
What we saw in the reflection first was before the fight with the lightning bolt.
In the reflection that was presented by Nigel, and he was warning Selene. He's like, "This is the thing that you're gonna face if you overplay your hand."
Was that in the sense of like, say, Stranger Things, where like there's an avatar or not avatar, what do you call it?
You're talking about like the mind, like Vecna and the Mind Flayer,
right? So like Vecna was what? He was not. He was like an avatar or a representation of the Beast, like kind of like that.
So
could that have
kind of He was like per Stranger Things. He was more connected to the Mind Flayer, and he was like the general, like working for the Mind Flayer.
And Selena would have been the general to that Beast, or was that just like they're together?
No, actually, that's more accurate because she was getting her dark powers from another source.
Oh, it was called Shadow. What Shadow?
The Shadow One or something like that.
Yeah, it's like something Shadow Realm or something.
No, yes, but basically, she was getting it from another entity. Whether she knew it or not, and that was kind of like what Nigel was hinting at. It's more akin to D&D character. This is why you brought up Stranger Things, bro. I'm gonna break this logic.
And Star Wars,
and this is why they represent Vecna and the Mind Flayers and stuff like that. So warlocks are basically people who get powers from other
warlocks.
patrons.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Warlocks and witches.
Yes. But I mean, a warlock will make a deal with a patron, whether they know it or not, and that patron is dosing them with power. They're giving them power. So she, in some form or manner, made a deal with this entity or a pact, as it were. And then when she got the orb, it was juicing her up even more.
Right.
It was feeding her patron power, which was in turn feeding back to her like a circle.
Yeah, Bianca said that. Recognized that. She says something about that, and it says like, "Wow, you're learning so fast." Now, I do like the fact that they brought in the sense of instead of the traditional kryptonite, they used magic, but they failed in execution, as you mentioned earlier, in the sense of the script, the plot, and the execution was so bad. No.
Okay, so what is this rated at?
So on Rotten Tomatoes, it is scored to this day 19% by the critics and 26% by the audience. Who do you side with?
I'm gonna lean towards the audience. I've seen movies that made me feel worse than this.
It doesn't matter of those movies. I'm talking about this one.
I'm saying I'm gonna lean towards the audience. There's some inner joy in me that I could, if I was drinking or if I was with friends, I will have a better time laughing at the film than just watching the film in enjoyment.
I'm with the critics. It's not for me enjoyable. Yeah, I can have it on and what like that, but waste of time, one and done. Is again, this is a movie where we can do a fan watch or a watch party and tear it to shreds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And tearing to shreds could be a good time.
It could be a good time, but again, it makes no sense in the sense of what was going on. Like again, they took the premise of a good character and they just said to hell with it.
True. She doesn't take the ball back.
No, she doesn't. She flies. She goes right into the water. She doesn't. Yes, exactly. So how does she get back home exactly? She changes clothes without having clothes.
I mean, she has all Superman powers and then some, basically.
Exactly. She's stronger, more powerful. She's bipolar, like you said. She's super smart for someone who's not. Again, how do you know how to do a typewriter and stuff like that if you've never seen a typewriter?
Much less reference her cousin at the Daily Bugle in a proper letter.
Bugle?
Daily Planet. They're both dailies.
But gotta go watch Obsession. Watch Obsession.
Okay.
Yes, a 700,000 to 1 million budget, give or take, and then grossing over, I think, 300 million. Breakout film. And what's funny, the girl that's in that, the main girl in that, was in Superman and Lois.
She played Lana Lang's daughter.
Correct. All right, guys, that is our decentness review of 1984's Supergirl, the same year Adon was born.
I'm old.
I'm older.
Yes, you are.
Have you seen it? Let us know in the comments below. What was your favorite character or moment? Until next time, will be the next time. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Good journey.
Better than this.